What's the real difference between trading an account with a lower amount of capital and an account with a higher amount of capital? In other words, a big value account versus a smaller account. What's the difference? It's not what stocks you trade, whether you're going to trade IBM or Microsoft or S&Ps or gold. That's not what it is. It really comes down to the strategy you choose. And I'm going to use on the platform, I'm going to use the backtesting tool to illustrate a couple of important points about strategy and account size. Let's take a look at Tesla. It's a very popular stock to trade. Let's look at that. And here are Tesla options. I'm going to go over to this backtest button. I'm going to click backtest. Okay. And here I have by default, for me anyway, it loaded up Tesla as the symbol. And by the way, I can click on this down arrow and see the symbols that it supports currently. And I can go back for 12 months, 2 years, 3 years. Well, let's just do 3 years. And as an example, I'm going to back test selling one put with a 30 delta, okay, with 45 days to go, 45 days to expiration. And that is has an exact days to expiration match. And I'm just going to let it go to expiration. I'm not going to close it early. I'm not going to do anything like that. And that's what I do with either stop loss, percent of premium, or take profit of percent of premium. Let's just leave it like that for now. Let's run this back test and take a look at some numbers. Okay, so this is selling a 30 delta put with 45 days to expiration. Here's the performance. And oops, zoomed in a little much there. Let's go and look at the details of this. And here are the individual trades that you would have done, or the backtesting strategy did over the past 3 years. And here are some numbers. So total of 90 trades, trades with profit 67, profit rate 74%, largest individual profit $1,950. Largest individual loss $10,000. Okay. Average win size, 1130, average loss size. And there are a bunch of numbers on here. Very valuable to look at. Average return per trade, 7.72%. Total profit loss, 27. But what I want you to focus on is the largest individual loss, for example. $10,000. If I had sold a naked put in Tesla and just had a really simple strategy, just sell the 30 delta put, let it go to expiration, my max loss, largest individual loss, would be $10,000. Yes, over the past 3 years, backtesting that strategy shows a $27,000 profit. But I would have had to handle a $10,000 loss. And depending on where that comes, whether it comes in early in the strategy, in other words, does it come in the first 2 months of selling those puts, or does it come at the end after I've built up some profits? If I have a $5,000 account, a $10,000 loss is way too big. Okay. If I have a $500,000 account, $500,000 size account, then okay, maybe I can handle a $10,000 loss. But that's really what the difference is between a smaller account and a bigger account. Selling premium makes sense. In other words, 74% profit rate. Great. Now, how do we reduce this? Let's go back into, this is the nice thing about this tool. I'm going to click New Backtest. And it already has my Tesla symbol in here, past 3 years already loaded up. I'm going to add another leg. And let's buy a put. Let's make it a 15, let's make it a 25 delta. Let's keep the risk pretty small. So it's selling a 30 delta put, buying a 25 delta put. What that means is this is a little bit closer to the money, a little bit close. The strike price of this 30 delta put is closer to the actual stock price of Tesla. The 25 delta put, the strike price is a little bit further away. That's why it is a short put spread, a short out of the money put spread, selling a higher strike put, buying a lower strike put. Run the back test, same parameters, and just run it. And let's just see what we get. Let's go into the details and scroll down in here. All right. Look at the difference. So remember the max profit on that naked short put was $27,000. Here, the total profit's $487. Okay. Not nearly as impressive. But the profit rate is about the same, 70% versus I think the other one was 74%. Statistically, that's basically the same sort of thing. The loss rate, again, the same, but the largest individual loss was $1,000. That's 1/10 of what it was, of what the naked put was. So what that means is if I have a smaller account and I'm trading a stock like Tesla, which is $438, I can still trade that stock if I use a smart strategy, if I use a defined risk, defined capital strategy like a short put spread. Do I make nearly as much money? No, I do not. My return on capital, remember the naked short put was about over 7%. This is only 2%. So it's not nearly as high, mainly because I'm collecting a much smaller credit for selling the put spread than the naked put. So the P&L is smaller, the return on capital is smaller, average premium is smaller, all this stuff is smaller. But when you are trading a small account, particularly when you are starting out as a new trader, and yet you're probably going to have losing trades. Almost certainly you're going to have losing trades. Can't say you're going to have winning trades, but just about every trader is going to have losing trades at some point. And when you're starting out, you don't want a losing trade to wipe your account out. If you have a $5,000 account, $1,000, ouch, that's 20% of my account. That stinks. I don't want to lose $1,000, but it doesn't take me out of the business. I still have $4,000 left to trade. Okay, now this is simple. Are you only going to sell put spreads in Tesla? No, of course not. You're going to sell them in a bunch of different stocks that you think that you're bullish on, or sell call spreads if you're bearish on. But what I want you to see is that it doesn't make a difference if you're bullish on Tesla or bearish on Tesla. It doesn't make a difference if, I want high probability trades or positive theta. You can get those with strategies with big accounts and small accounts. But when you have a smaller sized account using defined risk strategies, yes, you're going to not make as much profit, but that's okay. You're still making $487 over 3 years on a $5,000 account. That's just taken by itself, that's not bad. And your largest individual loss is much smaller. The average loss size is much smaller. So everything is much smaller. That's what you want. If you have a big account, go ahead. You may want to consider selling a naked put in a high price stock. You get big numbers on that. You also take big risk. If your account can handle it, okay, that's your choice. But if your account is small, let's say $5,000, $10,000, and you don't want, or $2,000, and you don't want a single trade to wipe you out, stick with defined risk trades. So you're still having high probability of profit, you're still getting positive theta, you still have the statistics on your side, you're just using a strategy that makes everything a little bit smaller. Now, none of this is a trade recommendation, and especially when you're using a backtesting tool. Past is not prologue. Just because something works in backtesting doesn't mean it's going to be profitable in the future. Okay, so don't bet the ranch on your backtesting results. And if you do take risk, do not take any more risk on a trade than you are comfortable with.